Welcome back. You're watching ED Insight. Sure, there are hundreds of problems that plague SMEs in India, but not all of them are rolling up and dying. In fact, many of them have become big success stories thanks to smart business models, top-of-the-line technology, and some brilliant marketing. Asha Gopalakrishnan picks out some winners for you.
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. That's perhaps what inspired 49-year-old Sarita Savriya to launch a housekeeping service, Express Housekeeper, a decade ago. The beginnings were humble and the going was tough for the first few years. That's because Indians barely cared about outsourcing housekeeping. And it was even tougher because this business is labor-intensive and deals with people from a sensitive section of society. But the entry of multinational corporations and the boom in the realty and retail market helped Express Housekeeper gain critical mass. Today, Express Housekeeper is a 75 crore rupee enterprise employing 12,000 people and has grown at a CAGR of over 25% for the past 3 years. And now, sky quite literally is the limit for Savriya.
Now I am into pantry service. I am into maintenance of all electrical, mechanical services. We are coming into all horticulture, and it is we have started giving the training programs for others also.
If you think that plan is all over the place, think again. Rating agency CRISIL has listed Express Housekeeper as one of the 50 leading SMEs in India last year. CRISIL survey studied 10,000 SMEs and rated them on a scale of 1 to 8, with 1 being the highest score. Express Housekeeper has been rated SME 2, indicating high creditworthiness. CRISIL's analysis is based on 3 risk factors: business, management and financial risks. Apart from financial statements, the survey assessed SMEs on various qualitative parameters like sustainability of the business plan, long-term viability of the unit, the organizational structure of the enterprise, and the quality of its systems and processes for management risks.
The business strength of these companies, business growth, client acquisition, how well have these companies grown over the last few years, how steady has been the business, what is the underpinning robustness in terms of their business model.
One of the other companies picked by CRISIL is medical equipment and hospital furniture manufacturer Janak Healthcare, which has been rated SME 1, indicating highest creditworthiness. Janak Healthcare boasts of a list of top-notch clients including Leelavati Hospital, Tata Memorial and Bombay Hospital Trust. This 30-year-old company has a gamut of products under its furniture, imports and home care divisions, and says it's turning into a one-stop shop for all healthcare-related equipment. The company clocked sales of over 100 crore rupees last year and has been growing at a CAGR of 27% for the past 3 years. It takes a lot to stay ahead of the curve, given that there are close to 200 medical equipment manufacturers in India. And promoters of this company realized that. So last year, they sold a majority stake to US-based examination and ambulatory furniture maker Midmark Corporation for an undisclosed amount.
Midmark has a very fine team of managers, technical competence. A very fine thing that we have learned is something known as lean production system. So what we are going to see at Janak coming is, ready stock of goods, which was never happening. We had long delivery periods. We are reversing this situation.
Well, if synergies are important, so is innovation. And here, it's important to mention biofuel and herbal nutraceutical company Nandan Biomatrix, which makes energy-saving products and products for therapeutic usage. The company has a turnover of about 100 crore rupees and has grown at a CAGR of nearly 40% in the past 3 years. The company has formed a joint venture with BPCL and Shapoorji Pallonji to produce 1 million tons of biodiesel, cultivate 1 million hectares of jatropha, and generate employment for 1 million people. The project, which is called Triple One, is modelled as a public-private panchayat partnership where the land belongs to the panchayat. The company supplies the planting material and the process is linked with the government's National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme or NREGA. and the company shares 50% of its revenues with the local panchayat.
We work at the bottom of the pyramid, which is we operate at a very low cost, operations, and it's a low cost, initiative. We have taken it up, so we ensure that costs are controlled.
Nandan Biomatrix has been rated SE1A on the National Small Industries Corporation or NSIC CRISIL scale, which measures performance capability and financial strength as two distinct dimensions. Performance has been measured on a 5-point scale, with 1 being the highest, and financial strength under 3 categories, with A signifying the strongest. And then there are those that may not be rated or surveyed, but are exotic in their own simple way. Like Delhi-based Ferns and Petals, the only branded floral retail chain which was set up in 1994. With an annual turnover of over 100 crore rupees, it is one of the biggest success stories in retail SMEs and has been growing at a CAGR of 30% over the past 3 years. Its unique proposition is a wide variety of flowers sourced from India and abroad, delivered in record time at your doorstep.
Standardized, designer, aesthetically designed products across the country. Today you can get a McDonald's anywhere in the world which is a similar product. So why not have flowers?
Ferns and Petals started off as a series of standalone stores, but it was quick to learn that franchising is the name of the game. Today it has about 100 branches, most of which are franchisee owned. Well, every venture goes through the learning curve. But what if learning is the venture? What if you could get online, log in and get lessons on a subject of your choice on a virtual blackboard, or let's say a whiteboard? We are talking about Tutor Vista, an online tutoring service that started in 2005 with the idea of tutoring students in the US. Today, it boasts of a network of 10,000 students serviced by 1,700 employees. British publishing group Pearson has increased its holding from 16% in 2009 to 76% today, valuing the enterprise at 960 crore rupees. Tutor Vista is an attractive proposition as students get affordable services and highly qualified teachers who work from home. Tutor Vista broke even in 3 years and says that the secret to profitability lies in having a solid revenue model.
All our teachers work from their home, use their computer, their furniture, their internet, their electricity. So that way we keep the capital expenditure low, the business model is scalable. This in turn helps us to offer at $100 a month a service otherwise which will cost the consumer $40 per hour.
There aren't many such success stories in India's SME sector. So what's the magic formula? It could be anything, a brilliant idea, a one-of-a-kind business model, innovation, or just the right partner. The important thing is to have a solid, scalable plan along with a massive appetite for risks.
But that's tough given India's regulatory framework. So what can be done to give this sector a much-needed push? We'll tell you after this short break. Stay with us.